So why are you leaving?
I feel like I'm going in the right direction, and like it makes me feel more at ease with my decisions.
Everything happens for a reason. We did this podcast that long for a reason.
I think people associate change or like quitting with like negativity, but it's like sometimes things just don't fulfill you the way they used to.
At a time we needed it, and now just maybe we don't.
Here we go.
Welcome back to Stanley Only Boys. It's your boy Griffin.
Que lo que el maldito chamaquito que el Bing.
What's up? It's your boy Adon, and that will be the last time you hear that all in those three same successions.
Say it one more time, George. Say it one more time.
Say it one more time.
Let's
go through the intro one more time for the people.
I can't do it
A proper one.
It just feels weird.
Just everything.
Yo, welcome back. It's your boy Griffin.
Que lo que el maldito chamaquito que el Bing.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Adon, and we are the Stanley Only Boys, and we are officially breaking up. Is this not a breakup?
Yo, real quick. In the comments, choose who's the one that made it break up.
Probably the fucking one that's leaving.
Before we start, put your votes in the comments real quick, man.
I think it was Calvin, Griffin, or Don. Go.
So yes, we're all still very cool. We're all still friends. This changes nothing inside of our personal relationships. But Griffin, you are officially leaving the podcast. And let's be honest, we've hardly podcast like the past couple of years. So us leaving, I don't want to say, me and you, Calvin, that we're going to completely leave the podcast in the dust and we'll never do another episode. Maybe, but the frequency will probably be the same way it has been the past 2 years.
Yeah, like nobody's sitting there like, shit, now what am I supposed to do on Mondays,
But
my mom does that.
Just completely separating yourself from Stanley Only Boys and SOB Studios is yourself, Griffin.
Oh, it's like Manu though, there's a boy band, and then like
I thought you meant the food, bro.
Oh, no,
I thought you meant the food too.
Nah, something crazy happened with them, and like they broke up or something.
Yeah, I think Ricky Martin was getting raped by the manager.
yeah, that's what was happening here.
Melinda, part of the Melendez brothers' dad, I think.
Basil was fondling you. Yeah. And you were too scared to say something.
Basil was Dan Schneider this whole time.
So why are you leaving? Is what all people want to know.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I need a lot of more spiritual growth. These past couple years, man, I had some crazy, just enlightenment.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, man. I just started going to church. Had a couple things happen to me that I couldn't
explain.
Yeah, that or deny or anything. So, pretty much. Just big going with the flow guy, big vibes guy, and the vibes are taking me elsewhere.
Very. I don't know if that I'm going to be satisfied with the vibes are taking me elsewhere.
The vibes are taking me elsewhere. But just getting more involved in church, trying to change my image, trying to be a better human being, trying to be just better in general.
And do you think we were stopping you from that? Or doing this was stopping you from that?
I don't think so, but it does put me back into a position where a couple years ago, whole different vibe, whole different place in life, a lot of different vices, big drinker guy, big party guy, big vibes guy. So it just, I don't know. I feel like it puts me back in that position where it doesn't allow me to grow. So it's kind of like you put a plant where there's no sun, it's never going to grow. It's going to stay in its dormant stage.
Yeah, just going back to what's killing you, or you're trying to get clean and all your friends are addicts, but just going around the same place.
Yeah.
It's And Yeah, for that being said, me and Kelvin, we're not out here, fucking bitches and partying every other weekend.
But we want to, though, as much as possible.
But,
our DMs are open.
But I feel like a lot of, definitely, at first we definitely were. Just as far as very drinking and just being out and the constant. And it was kind of like what we based this podcast around. Kind of like, well, it was like our vibe. It was our thing.
Yeah, I feel like the podcast when it started was kind of just like a pregame.
It really was. Yeah.
Because it was like Saturday, we would do the podcast and then we'd go out and just get like fucking shit faced. And it was like we started the drinking at the podcast, and then we come back the next week and talk about how shit faced we got the week before that.
Yeah,
and that was kind of like
just a cycle.
Yeah. The way that it went.
Yeah, sometimes it would be the whole weekend. We do something.
I heard you say that, man. And I saw, man, I've been on my own enlightenment journey lately, también. I'm sorry to switch the languages on y'all, man. I hope I didn't
Is that Portuguese?
Mess up the algorithm or something. It sent me to Telemundo,
Japanese?
No. That was Spanish.
Okay. Well, please talk about your.
But
your
what you
journey.
said, man, it's like that, dude. It's like create more friction for things you don't want to do and create less friction for things you want to do, So it's kind of like that. Like you don't want to drink and party all the time. Don't hang out with people that drink and party all the time, because most likely you can end up drinking and party all the time. It's like if you want to wake up earlier, put your phone like away from your bed. So you have to like physically get up. You know what I'm saying? So you're creating more friction to those things. And I think that's kind of like what you were saying. But then also, big vibes guy, big vibes, vibes this, vibes that.
Yeah. No, man. Like I just, man. I don't know, man. I just go with the flow, type stuff. And like it pretty much just started from whenever like I had to quit my job, like a year and some change ago now. And since then, it's just been a constant revolving, like constant change, which is crazy because I feel like a lot of people would probably like take that as like a bad thing. Mm-hmm. And not that it's not hard, but there's some sense of peace, as in like where I feel like I'm going in the right direction and like it makes me feel more at ease with my decisions that I'm taking and stuff. But yeah, the church helps a lot. It's a eye opener to kind of see what the world holds for somebody.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. You can't beat that gut instinct, because like we're saying, we're doing the big announcement video today, but we haven't done a podcast in like a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we made the decision about like a month ago, and it's kind of like one of those things. I feel like your gut will tell you like, instantly, like, do I feel good with the decision or do I feel bad with the decision? It's like you said, like, if you feel more at peace and you feel better, like that's already like, it doesn't have to be explained. It doesn't have to be anything. It's just like that feeling that lets you know I made the right decision.
Yeah. And yeah, man, I feel like this month I haven't felt like
sad or you missed something or something's missing. That's already, you outgrew it, brother. That's what it is. Yeah. And it's like you said, I think people, associate change or like quitting, like, with like negativity, but it's like sometimes things just they don't fulfill you the way they used to. And I think that's just like growing, bro, because if we were doing the same shit we were doing 10 years ago, it was like,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, strongly agree. Because like we said, how, we've hardly done a podcast in the past, even when we were all still on board in the past couple of years. Yeah, so it's changed for all of us. At one point in time, I really looked forward to every Saturday getting in here, interviewing somebody, getting to know them. I love the routine that we had, and I love just the creative outlet that we had, and I really looked forward to it. But the past couple of years, it's been a chore. It's been something that I'm like, man, I have to do this, or I need to go, and I just didn't necessarily want to. But after so letting go or like doing less podcast episode, and then me and Kelvin later we'll talk more about what we're gonna do with the
You guys ever heard of
SOB
OnlyFans?
Studios. Yeah. We'll say, well, I mean, I guess, what is our direction from now? What would you tell the people?
I would say for now we're very locked in on the business aspect that is Stanley Oni Boys. So a lot of marketing, a lot of doing videos for like businesses. If you have a business and want to grow your social media, we're here for that. And then also eventually, when the time comes, I guess opening the podcast again. Not really sure what that's gonna look like when that happens, but I think it's kind of like, we're kind of just going with the blows, man. Kind of going with the wind, what works. And I think one thing that made this a little less fun was that, having it so concrete of like, this is what it has to be and this is what it's gonna be. And I think right now it's just kind of like that, man. It's kind of like, hey, when we want to record, we record. When we don't want to record, we don't record. And really the only responsibility we have is like, to whoever, we're working with on the professional side of it, At least that's the way I see it. I don't know.
No, same. Because what makes us money, what works for us is the social media videos. We have businesses that we work with and we do videos for them, and so and that's what gets us views too, like on social media. So I mean, it just made sense. I mean, good thing the thing that gets us views is the thing that gets us paid.
Yeah.
So. And that's what we're focusing on. But I do feel like, especially here, probably in the past couple months or so, we've lost our like personality, like on the podcast wise, like us, like Instagram page wise, we lost like the personal feel of it. Now it's just like a dumping zone, like, oh, reel, and we dump it and that's it. And we stay there. And it's just like the only thing on our story will be like a flyer, or we'll just reshare the reel. And I feel like one thing when you hear about social media, one thing that works a lot is the engagement. Social media is meant to be social. So just even if you're just on there liking stuff, commenting, uploading random stories, random just posts as well. More just videos of just, I don't know, just talking, just vlogging, something like that. And that's something, I think we could work on more on the page, the podcast page, me and Kelvin in the future. But
because we already do cool shit, we just don't record it. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, truly. I mean, or just
because we're cool. We're cool motherfuckers. I just want to let you know, because y'all be thinking like we boring because we don't be posting, but
it's just because now it just feels like we're just robots, just post and leave. But so what were your thoughts, man? Because for people that don't know, this was George's idea, starting a podcast from the very beginning. So what were your thoughts then? And then, like, how are you feeling about it now? Looking back now, whenever you first, said, "Hey, we should do a podcast." How do you think about that now?
I don't know. I'm not like, I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. It was fun. We had a lot of bonding time together. Brought us closer. Even though this guy, I saw him at Walmart.
Stop, we don't have to hear the story again. We don't.
Whatever.
Yeah, what are the odds you made it this far in this podcast? You haven't heard the story.
But I feel like we got closer. We bonded. We did some fun things, some great things. Some things people thought we wouldn't have done, and
a lot of things I think people think we wouldn't have done.
And like if somebody were to tell us that we were going to accomplish what we accomplished when we first brought it up as like an idea, I would have been like, "Oh, you're crazy, man! Like that ain't what." Mm-hmm. Like I was just imagining, sitting in somebody's house drinking a couple beers and just like shooting the breeze, saying some dumb stuff. But then like looking at it now, it's just something to be proud of. Like we built it up, we did the thing to it, and. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like my direction has changed. Did I ever think it was going to change the way it did? No. I was always the first one to be like, alcoholic type thing and party this, party that. I was like the one calling.
Yelling alcoholic when you're drunk has to be the wildest fucking thing. And like, I know he was wasted because he yelled alcoholic at the top of his lung.
And then like being that obnoxious drunk dude that was just making everybody drink even though they don't want to drink or whatever. But like, yeah, man, like it's just, I don't know. I mean,
do you think the podcast helped you like in your way of finding your faith? Like, do you think without it, you would have found it?
I believe so. I feel like what ended up happening to me in the way of that, I feel like it was going to happen either way. I feel like the podcast did help in a way, as in making me realize like what I was doing wasn't like, not that it wasn't like it was bad or anything, but it just wasn't something to be like, proud of. Like, oh, we out here drunk as heck, and then like, putting up some dumb stuff of us just making like fools of ourselves or something. Like, you can make like an impact without having like, show your like ass or whatever. But I feel like it does. I feel like that did help kind of like me see it. As in like all the videos we have on YouTube, just going back and thinking like all the dumb stuff I said, all the drunk stuff I've said on camera, all the dumb drunk stuff I've done on camera. So it kind of makes you sit there and think, I'm like, bro, like I just did that. Like, what did I gain from it? But yeah, no, I still think if with it or without it, still end up in the same spot.
And Kelvin, a little more, I guess, personal. How do you feel? So again, I mean, like I said, we don't know what. Eventually, maybe we'll do another podcast. But how do you feel like the podcast has affected your?
Oh, think of his name. Think about this name, though. You ready? Then there was 2.
I think that name sounds good only if you knew there was 3 in the beginning.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the whole part, though.
I feel like there's gonna be so many other names.
And then our description is like,
we used to be 3 guys, and now there's only 2.
Or like the average thing that everybody says when they start a podcast is like, we were some funny guys, and then we bought some microphones.
That's literally what we said.
I know. Because I chat one of my buddies, man. Shout out my boy Angel, man. His buddies just started a podcast, and I saw
late to the game, huh?
And I saw, everybody takes their time.
I'm just saying, I don't think anybody's even checking for a podcast like that anymore.
Angel, these guys are very sarcastic. You don't know them. They're very
live stream, brother. Forget that. Go to streaming. Go to Twitch. Go to all that. That's what people are into right now.
But I heard them do their intro, and their intro was like that. It was just like us, like, oh, a couple funny guys, couple beers, and couple microphones, and I'm like, oh, I've seen this before.
So you guys in 5 years.
Most people, that's the thing. Okay, like you said, to answer your question, most people don't make it. Most people don't make it as the first episode.
Not at all, bro.
Yeah, and then so to me, no, man, no. I think me and you talked about it not too long ago, but for a long time I kind of felt like you did, man. Like where I was like, man, I have 3 years or 4 years, I guess. I guess 3 years at that time, where I'm like, man, I did this podcast thing, didn't really make any fucking money from it, and I kind of felt like that, like I wasted my time, I'm like, damn, I could have been doing something way better. Maybe I should have gone back to New York. Maybe I should have done this and do that. But then I look at what I'm doing now, and I realize, which is social media, video making, all that, full-time papi chulo, but I wouldn't have got to that point like if it wasn't for this. Bro, when I started doing this, I remember literally sitting in my house with you trying to figure out how to plug 4 microphones and a little USB thing. Bro, that's literally where like it all started. I didn't know nothing about videos. Like literally everything that I learned up to like, I don't know, about 3 years ago about video and audio and like all this stuff was literally to make the podcast better. Lighting, everything was just literally like, I want the podcast to look better. I want us to get out of this room. I want us to go to a bigger studio. I want us to have a set. Why does this podcast, this professional podcast, why does it look so good? How can we get hours to look that good? And endless hours where at one point, like I said, I thought it was like, fuck, I wasted my time doing this. Right. And now I look at it more like college. You know what I'm saying? Like, how people go to college and they learn shit, but then they drink and get fucked up. You know what I mean? Right. So that's the way I look at those 4 years. I'm like, fuck, I went to college without fucking going to college, dude. And so, man, I owe it. I've of course had to work my ass off too. It wasn't fucking handed to me, but like none of this would have been possible. Like what I'm doing now, like if it wasn't for the seed that was planted by Stanley Honey Boys, man. So fuck, I'm gonna fucking cry in this motherfucker. Goddamn.
Yeah. I think it's for all of us. I think it's like that for all of us, man.
What about you?
That's why I want to do it Friday because I'd be drunk and I wouldn't have to fucking deal with my emotions like I
Yeah.
usually do.
Like now you got 3 more days.
I
to
know.
do it.
I would be sad as fuck for 3 days.
But man, I like I said, it gave me. I don't know, because I feel like for the longest time I always thought I had life figured out. Like I feel like my big thing was like, you know what? I was in the Marine Corps, and you know I'd lived my life. I filled out one of my dreams. Like now, whatever, I'm chilling, and I worked as in the medical field, and I'm like, this is it. And I worked there for 7 years. What I'm doing for the rest of my life, and then I bought my first home, and well.
Vehicle.
Before, yeah, new vehicle. Well, before all that, I think one of the hardest years of my life was that same year that I graduated from college, from Chattanooga State, was 2021. Whenever my father passed away, but we still did an episode every Saturday, and I still made it every single Saturday from the day he was admitted to the day after he passed away. I was still there every Saturday, and that gave me a lot of a routine, something to like look forward to or take my mind off of it. And because that year I was going to school Monday through Friday, working every other weekend at the hospital, and then still showing up Saturdays for the podcast. Someday I'll show up in my scrubs, change, and then, you know, go in there and record this episode. And you would have never known on camera. But it was a miserable year. I mean, I think that's where I gained like so much weight. I mean, the heaviest I was 250 pounds. And it wasn't for no reason. I mean, life was hard for me. Life was so hard, and financially, I mean, struggling. You know, getting off of every other weekend paycheck. So, but doing that like helped a lot. Helped just take my mind off it. Helped like give me some normal. And I think that standing is probably one of the most important standings to me. I mean, I literally bawled and cried. You could see it on camera. You know, he had the memoir at the end. It was very beautiful, very nice. But I don't know. I needed that to heal. And, you know, and I needed the following years to heal. And I needed all of what we did on camera and all the people that we talked to. I don't know. I needed to know, because I feel like we say it all the time. I'm like, oh, it's never too late to do something. It's never too late. And I think at one point in time, I thought it was too late. I thought, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm stuck in this, you know, nursing field, this medical field, because I got a new truck, you know, whatever. And then I bought my first home. And then I got a different opportunity at work where now I'm going back into college, you know, getting into a whole different field, finance, which is something that always made, like, numbers always made sense to me. I've always liked numbers, problem solving, like critical thinking. I feel like it's black and white. It's easy. You know it or you don't know it. And so that always made sense to me. And so I don't know, it feels like I'm doing the right thing, but that big change, I don't know. I mean, I feel like everything happens for a reason. We did this podcast that long for a reason. And I don't know if I would have I don't know what would have happened if we weren't doing it. You know, I feel like we all in a way needed it, whether you with finding what you're doing now for a living, you with finding faith, and then me just finding myself. I feel like we all really, really need it, because I mean, truly, imagine if we didn't do this. Imagine if we never did this. Where would we all be? You know, so I think at a time we needed it, and now just maybe we don't. Maybe definitely not as much as we did before. And I mean, it's just as simple as that. I feel like it sounds too simple or sounds crazy, but you know, at one point we needed it. But I mean, truly, I don't think we do anymore. It doesn't serve us anymore.
Yeah, I mean, everything happens for a reason, man. It ain't no coincidence out here.
Yeah, there's no coincidences.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like it definitely, like, I mean, like I was saying, I mean, it helped us grow closer together. I feel like this ain't gonna like separate us or anything. I know. Sorry. Don't look over here. Like I know. Like y'all hang out way more than like I'll be coming up in there and stuff like that. But like I feel like it doesn't change for me. Like I don't know if it's the same for y'all, but like I feel like, you know, we can go a month without seeing each other or whatever, but then we go back and, you know, just pick up right where we're at.
We're cacti, brother.
But
you know what cacti is? It's like
Succulent.
those plants you don't have to put like water on.
Yeah, a little succulent. type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. So there's a thing. I'll tell you. There's like you have friends that are like flowers, which you need to like water all the time, and you have friends who are cacti, which means you don't have to talk every day. You don't have to hang out every day. But when y'all do, it's like normal, you know. And I think that's kind of like how we are, which is fucking awesome, by the way.
I think
Because
a lot
like,
of male friendships, like close
some,
male.
there's some
Close,
bitch ass niggas out
I
there.
say like I feel like close.
And no
male
disrespect to all the
friendships.
bitch niggas out there, because I know a lot of y'all. And I don't want the bitch nigga community to come after me.
But no, man, yeah, I do feel like the podcast helped us grow. You know, pushing us into something that we didn't want to do, or
They didn't even know we were interested in. Like I never thought I wanted to do videos, dude. You know, like I still don't, but fuck it, if it's real. Just kidding, guys. This is my passion. This is my passion.
I bleed this.
but yeah, no, man, like it's you know, it's been a fun like 5 years. You know, hell, you know, we might do a little thing here and there.
The reunion, get messy.
Who knows? Who knows? Bring in some people, you know, from like past episodes and all that.
And we
And,
just start fighting.
but yeah, I mean, like I said, who knows? Again, that's I feel like the direction of Stanley Oni Boys. Me and Kevin will figure something out. For right now, we can guarantee you 3 bangers. Right now, right? Three videos,
week.
3
Yeah.
bangers a week. We can guarantee you right now. Other than that, you know, we'll keep you guys posted.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, okay, just for old reminiscence sake, and I think, you know, we can get close to getting out of here. What is some of your guys' favorite moments? Kelvin, we'll start with you. Give me a couple. Give me some of your least favorite, some of your favorite, you know, some of your funniest, whatever.
Man, this moment doesn't really have to do that much with the podcast, but I guess without the podcast, it wouldn't have happened. Dude, y'all remember when we used to freaking go to Crescent every single Wednesday, dude?
Yeah.
Like yeah. So I remember that a lot, dude. Same thing. You used to pull up in the scrubs too, there, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it kind of gave me like that very. You remember the show Friends?
Yeah.
Where they would always meet at that coffee shop or whatever. And I feel like that one couch at Crescent was like our thing, where it's like, no matter what, Wednesday we'll be here. You know, that's an amazing memory. And then one recent one, man, which I look back on all the time, and that, you know, that might be where we make a return, you know?
All the wrestling.
Yeah, when we went to RCW, man, honestly, that's probably like, I know this is like the end, you know, like the last thing or whatever, but I want to say in my head, that's like the last thing. Like that's the way if the movie ended, it would end there in the middle of that ring. Because man, that was one experience I never thought I would ever live. And who knows, man, who knows, you know, when we put the camo back on, huh? When the boys get the bandanas ready and when you least expect it, the music hits. Y'all better get fucking ready.
And now we got jerseys to go. Now we got jerseys to go with the camo joints.
Wait, no, we'll have our people talk to your people.
What do you think is one of your least favorite things? Taking the bumps?
Oh, taking the bumps was terrible. Yeah, taking the bumps, that's literally the only bad part. Actually, I think about wrestling is taking bumps. That shit's terrible. But George, thank you for taking a lot of those bumps for us.
The most bumps. Yeah. But okay, what about you, George? What's some of your fondest and
George
least
George
fondest?
took the bumps so I could cut promos.
I don't know. I feel like our events, man, like the bigger events, like the soccer game.
Wow, that was crazy.
I mean, like who would have thought? You know, 3 little Hispanic guys from Dalton, Georgia. You know,
And you know, there's people that like don't even know that we did that. Didn't even realize it. Like they're like, oh, what do you mean you guys did all this? I thought this was like some charity put it together or whatever. I'm like, no, it's just these 3 dudes in this room.
Bro, looking for sponsors, getting the field, figuring out where the plugs were, like
Refs, like, where do we get refs? Where do we get a ball? Bro, full jerseys. We dressed out the whole team. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we did that's crazy. It's very crazy.
who's getting the tickets, merch, snacks.
yo, man, shout out to everybody who helped too. Like, you know,
Shout
significant
out.
others.
Everybody that helped all throughout the year, because I feel like there was a lot of times that we like our friends, our significant others that helped out. So thank you guys all, man.
They just showed up to like appreciate everything and like be in the stands and watch. We put them to work. But you know, appreciate y'all, you know, because there's a lot of stuff we couldn't have done without, you know, the help of friends and family and stuff.
Connections we had.
But yeah, I'll say the soccer game, was a big thing. Just being on the field, just watching it, packed out. Some people saying like, oh, ain't nobody can go to that thing. I feel like the wrestling thing was.
It was you. You were the one saying it though.
I know who it was though. I know who it was.
I feel like the wrestling thing was a big thing too. Same thing. Like, I mean, hell, just stuff you watch on TV and you're just actually doing it. And then just like watching the growth, man. Like every season we had a different backdrop. I think there was one season we didn't.
We just changed like minor. I think we like took a shelf off like in season 3 and 4.
But every season, it's been an upgrade. We got equipment and everything. Yeah, man, just watching us get closer. Probably the things I hated was moving.
Oh,
Every single move, every single backdrop I made. The only one I actually had fun making was this one. This one was actually.
This looks like the most complicated one too.
Yeah, this is the most funnest one I had. I don't know if it was because of that, because it was complicated. But yeah, I'd say that's it. Just the moving sucks.
I'll say definitely my least fondest. Just a lot of like, like the beer chugging events or like the well, mainly just those like really late nights that where we really had to be out there constantly, and I'm just like, oh, I'd just rather do something else with my evenings. But I feel like a lot of it's always in my head because then I'm like, oh, I mean, it's fun,
Yeah,
like,
you're there fucking drunk as fuck.
I'm chilling,
dancing,
and we're getting paid for this. Yeah. So I don't know, but I feel like that's always been one of my things. One of the things we interviewed Bo Bundy, just like out on a limb, we went on this car show, and like just I don't know, and I just remember after one of his. I don't know, his entourage, his homies, his partners he was with. He mentioned something. I don't forget what he said. But I think he told Bo Bundy. His friend, Bo Bundy's friend, told him. He was like, "Man, you were getting off a track, whatever." It's like good thing he was, like leading you on. Like talk about me, like leading the interview or whatever. And I feel like that felt really because I felt really. I really took a lot of pride in being that, like hold the interview down and making sure like not so completely professional, but, having that aspect or that element of me being that person steering the interview. So it just feels good getting that recognition. And I think what Griffin said too, just watching us grow, man. I mean, like all of us, dude. Like from you yelling on top of your car, beep beep beep, playing Drive, and just from Griffin. Just I remember just you. I just lost. I feel like I would describe you, George. Just at one point, you were just lost. I feel like there was not that sense of purpose there, or just like. I don't know. Well, like you just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You just straight up there. I feel like at one point the best thing is you just did not know. And I don't know. So just
George is like this is the first he's ever heard of this.
Like, no, I still don't know. Like I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just there. Just go with the flow.
But
worst thing.
Well, yeah. So I think one of the events is never fun. Any moving. Oh God, I could tell a lot of what I hated was when we were at hold up, sit down.
I can tell you a lot about what I hated.
Whenever we were at sharing the studio with DBXF Studios, and every time there was some fucking goons in the studio, and we were for people that don't know, we were in one studio where we were right next to a recording studio. And we had a small room in there, so it was already like very cramped. But there was always people recording, and I mean like just blaring music. And there'd just be these dudes, just popping Zans, making Zan music.
Allegedly.
And then, they would just like something like pop on the road, like, oh shit, this is nice. And then just be like, oh, what are you guys doing? I'm like, bro, we're like about to, recording, and we bring in, business owners and just, nice, respectable people. So I want to like show that, but we can't do that inside of this studio, so that was definitely one of the things that was like, oh man.
Bro, I remember when we brought Inflated on.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Inflated.
And the shit was so trash.
So bad.
It was real sticky.
Bro, our fucking only thing we could do is like just turn all the lights off and just walk them straight to the fucking room.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yes, man. What's some guests, man, that you think about that is like, man, yeah, but like, man, I really like that guest that came on that one time.
So obviously Bo Bundy, because it was very big.
Eek.
Man.
So
Eek.
many times.
Eek,
So
eek,
many
eek.
times.
And brother, and that guy, man, he's doing great, man. He's locked in. I've been hanging out with him just through golf and the gym. He doesn't really drink, or he doesn't drink. He doesn't drink like at all. So like literally when I hang out, it's like the gym or golf. So like that's been really cool. Like seeing that, like him do that. So that's really awesome. Especially compared to how he used to be. That's a good one. What about you? What about you guys? I'm trying to think myself.
I feel like if you wouldn't have asked that question, I would have been able to
I know,
answer it.
same. I can tell you something I didn't like. No, just kidding. I think that year, the first year we were here, so not last year, the year before, right? So 2023.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like one of our best seasons. I think we had just like hitters, like just everything about it felt good. And like, I don't know, I think all episodes like performed really well. So I think that year, if we go back and look at our catalog, then I feel like that was a really good year for us then.
I think my favorite one was the second one at DBXF.
Oh, really? Well, we first got the round table.
Yeah, that one. I feel
like that was good too.
Yeah, that's the one that we did the soccer game and all that. Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite ones. But thank yous, man. Thank you to all the guests, I guess, that came on.
Every single one of you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you to all the homies that helped out, the FBF squad and everybody else. But most importantly, there's one man we have to thank, and that is Emmanuel Bazo Dominguez, man. That kid, for 3 seasons in a row, came here basically every episode, helped to set up, helped with cameras, figured out games, went and recorded ads for us, took so much time, basically, doing all that. And we want to thank him
for free,
so much, man.
For free.
No, he got paid.
One time.
He would hate if you said that. But
it's terrible. You're gonna find out this way.
Yeah. No, I got the SD card from him, so I let him know, and he threw the SD card at me and then left. So, which is fine. Hey, I'll take it. It's fine. So yeah, man. So shout out Bazo, man, for sticking with us, man.
Shout out Bazzi.
Shout out Bazo. And yeah, thank you every single guest, and just everybody. Everybody, thank you, Buddha. That was originally the third that, decided that he didn't want to do this anymore. Thank you. Thank you guys, man, for this ride. Thank you, George. Thank you, Kelvin. Damn, man. George.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you for just following it to begin with, starting it out. I feel like it wouldn't have gone anywhere at the beginning if it wasn't for you pushing. Thank you for, pumping it up, putting a little bit of air in the basketball, getting it up in here,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the people who watched us, friends, families that have been watching it. People we don't know that have been watching, thank you for, messing with us and thinking that our crazy, dumb stuff was funny. But yeah, man, it's just, it's been a hell of a ride, And like we always said too, man, you're never too old to, follow your dreams, start something, end something. Me and Kelvin talked about it one time. I feel like I had a really hard time with like letting go stuff because I feel like I was losing or I was defeated or it was me giving up. But now I kind of look at it a different way, and it's like you're not giving up. One chapter might be ending, door be closing, window be closing, but then the next one's opening up right behind it. So, you're never too old to do whatever you want. It's never too late. If you want to start something today, go for it. Don't hold back. Don't be scared of what other people are going to think, because people are always going to be saying something, and it's never going to be like, you're never going to make everybody happy. But as long as you're happy at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Yeah.
Stop taking opinions from people who don't shelter you, who don't feed you, and who don't fuck you. As always.
Let me go hit this button. And I just want to say, as the best host, and everyone is Stanny, you guys are all wrong for that. But I am a humble king. Let me hit this outro for you guys.
Maybe this year, you know.
Which one is it?
The first one. 5 years, still asking which one is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, as always, it's a Stanley Only voice.